Welcome to Hungarian Insights, your go-to channel for exploring Hungary's rich history, vibrant culture, and language learning resources. Whether you're a student planning to study in Hungary, an expat eager to grasp the nation's heritage, an individual preparing for the Hungarian citizenship exam, or a bilingual student seeking to complement your studies, our podcasts serve as a captivating starting point, and our smart, modern learning tips and resources are tailored to make your journey enjoyable and effective.
Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? Today we're heading into a super interesting period in Hungarian history. The Habsburg era and that really intense 1848 revolution.
It's a time packed with power struggles.
Oh yeah.
Calls for reform.
Big time.
And a revolution that, even though it didn't succeed in the end,
Right.
it really had a lasting impact. It echoed through the ages.
I'm excited to unpack all of that. So we've got the Ottomans causing chaos.
Yeah.
And then the Habsburgs come onto the scene.
Right.
What were they all about? What was their role in all of this?
Okay, so after that huge defeat for the Hungarians at the Battle of Mohács in 1526, when the Ottomans basically shattered the Hungarian kingdom,
Yeah,
the Habsburgs, they saw an opportunity.
I bet they did.
They started taking control little by little over a big chunk of Hungary. We call it Royal Hungary.
Okay,
They were essentially pushing back the Ottomans,
good.
but also kind of asserting their own dominance.
So it wasn't exactly like they were coming in as liberators.
Not quite, no.
More like swapping out one ruler for another.
You could say that.
I bet the Hungarian nobles weren't super thrilled about that.
You're absolutely right. The Hungarian nobility, they had this really long history of fiercely defending their autonomy. Remember, way back in 1222, they already had that golden bull.
Right, right.
That document basically laid out their rights and put limits on the king's power. It showed how independent they wanted to be.
They wanted to be their own bosses.
Exactly. So to them, the Habsburgs were just another threat to their power, just another version of what they had been fighting against for centuries.
Fascinating. So you have this constant tension.
Oh, yeah.
The Habsburgs trying to consolidate their rule,
Mm-hmm.
and the Hungarian nobles absolutely determined to hold on to their autonomy.
It was a power struggle, for sure.
So where does the 1848 revolution fit into all of this? Was it like a sudden explosion or more of a slow burn?
I'd say it was more of a buildup, a culmination of all these simmering tensions and the rise of new ideas that were sweeping across Europe at the time.
Right.
Like, think of the 18th and 19th centuries. You've got this wave of reforms and modernization efforts happening all over the place.
Uh-huh.
And in Hungary, you have figures like Count István Széchenyi really pushing for progress.
Oh, Széchenyi, the bridge builder. I remember when I was in Budapest walking across that incredible chain bridge he built.
Exactly.
It's such a testament to his vision.
He was all about infrastructure development, economic reforms, trying to get Hungary on par with those modern Western European nations.
He saw modernization as the key.
Yeah, but then you have another really important figure, Lajos Kossuth, who was advocating for a much more radical path.
Okay, so Széchenyi was more about working within the system, gradual reform, while Kossuth was like, let's shake things up.
Exactly. He embodied that rising tide of Hungarian nationalism. He wasn't just about reforming Hungary. He wanted to see a shift in the balance of power within the Habsburg Empire.
He wanted more autonomy for Hungary.
Much more. And his speeches, they were fiery, passionate. They really resonated with people, especially those who felt ignored or marginalized by the Habsburgs.
So Széchenyi's focus was on internal progress.
Yes.
And Kossuth was tapping into that sense of national pride.
Yeah, kind of setting the stage for revolution.
And I imagine that's exactly what happened. What was the spark that finally ignited the 1848 revolution?
Well, 1848 was a year of revolutions across Europe.
Right.
You had uprisings in France, Vienna, and other parts of the Habsburg Empire.
A real domino effect.
Exactly. And Hungary wasn't immune to that wave of change. Kossuth's powerful speeches combined with this widespread discontent among the people, it created this tinderbox ready to explode.
And exploded dead.
Oh, it did. People from all walks of life, students, intellectuals, workers, you name it, they all rose up together, united in their fight for greater autonomy and reform.
It must have been an incredible sight to see all these people united in their cause, standing up to the Habsburgs.
It was a powerful moment. But as we know, revolutions rarely go smoothly.
That's the truth.
How do you think the Habsburgs reacted to this challenge to their authority?
I have a feeling they weren't too happy about it.
You're right. They weren't going to just let Hungary slip away without a fight. The Habsburg emperor, he was already dealing with rebellions all over his empire.
Oh, wow.
So he turned to a powerful ally, Tsar Nicholas I of Russia.
Talk about bringing in the big guns.
Right. With their combined might, they absolutely crushed the Hungarian Revolution.
So a tragic ending to a movement that had so much promise and energy behind it.
It really is a heartbreaking moment in history. But even though the revolution itself failed, it had some lasting consequences that would really shape Hungary's future.
We'll have to save that story for next time.
Sounds good.
But thanks for taking us on this deep dive so far.
It's my pleasure.
We'll be back soon to uncover what happened next in Hungary's incredible journey. Stay tuned.
I can't wait.
Our podcast discussions are based on our ebook, Hungary's Hall of Fame in a Nutshell. History, literature, art, music, science, sport. Scan the QR code or check the link in the description to download your copy of Hungary's Hall of Fame in a Nutshell. As a special bonus, you'll also receive the Illustrated Companion, featuring over 100 detailed illustrations to visually enrich your understanding of the book's content. Thank you for watching.